Good morning from the Eastern US, everybody. This is Moocow 1980 and welcoming you to another race in the 2024 ALTTPR Enemizer tournament. Today we have a game 3 between Falcon and Shadyforce. They are on their way at this point, getting ready to go. We got Fishing Boo going to be tracking here today. Will be my second set of eyes. I'll be looking forward to interacting with you in chat as well. Hopefully you're all doing well today. We got quite a cold front moving through the United States here. It's going to make things super chilly. But I'm toasty warm in my room. Hopefully you're toasty warm wherever you are at. We're just waiting on the restreams to get themselves going. And just keep in mind here with the rules of the tournament, Enemizer, of course, all the enemies are going to be shuffled about, so you're going to see stuff where you're not supposed to see them, and that's the whole fun of it. Chaos Boss Shuffle. Keep in mind that Chaos means that you can see a boss multiple times, or perhaps not at all. Just depends on the arena allows that boss to be there or not. Logic is still required. So there could be rooms where you would normally need a bow to get through. You may not physically need that bow in Enemizer, but logically you still will. Falcon can won game 1, shadyforce won game 2. The winner gets Tyler Salt in the round of 32. And as you see on your screens, we are off. We're going to get them synced up here momentarily. Looks like we're doing that right now. We got diverging starts. Nothing in the starting chests in both Sank and Link's house. But Falcon's going to do the Sank start, going into Lost Woods. Shadyforce is going up to Uncle. Ice Rod in the Uncle drop down. Right in the chest. Now, again, as I was just talking about bosses, we don't know if we need an Ice Rod. But it's nice to have it just in case. Literally, you could see any boss anywhere, so you could get Trinex on ice, and Trinex on the second level of GT, for example, you can't get it in the top of GT. You absolutely, for example, could get Moth on all 3 levels. Falcon found a fish, and these are good starts when you can get a fish. Gives you just full magic and 10 bombs. The big things to start out with. You don't have to go farming for bombs because you got it right there. And there are the boots and a sword and a hook shot and a bottle. So that's quite a loaded blinds hut there. Now Falcon's going to move on over into the Cackwell. A little bit of money there that'll help out. Be able to buy from the bottle vendor here. And there was a The bee was a sparkling bee, so he was able to turn in for 100 rupees, which basically made the bottle vendor purchase free. But it was nothing, just some twigs. But that's still just going to leave Falcon $100 short, 100 rupees short, I should say, of being able to do Zora when that time comes. The bottle's going to allow an extra check here early on in CAC. The sick kid, speaking of money, is going to give 300 more, so there we go. All we have to do is have a ways to get up there to Zora, and we're good to go for that check. Shadyforce, of course, just kind of following in step. The only difference is having gone up to Uncle. Oh, look at that. Moon Pearl in the library. That'll help out with some fake flippering. Falcon's just going to scout the race game here. Just some money. So Falcon's going to do the save and quit. That was way too quick for me to catch. And again, that was way too quick for me to catch. All I got was the red in Eastern. Hopefully our tracker is a little bit better at that than I am. Nothing of merit in the dam area. I'm going to head into Mini Moldorm Cave. Just kind of a mini helmet cave of sorts today. Looks like our stun prize is a bloopy. Glove and a shovel in Mini Moldorm. Going into the Ice Rod Cave. Just some bombs, but with those boots, definitely get some fake flippering action easily going on, being able to walk on water here. So Falcon's going to take advantage of that, 747 rupees. Fishing Boo has been able to decipher red crystal in Eastern, blue crystal in Tower of Hera, green pendant in Desert. So thank you for getting that, Fishing Boo. I would have gotten that earlier, but again, those map checks are just so quick. And he did it twice, and I wasn't prepared for the second time. All right, Falcon. Doesn't get much in the waterfall cave. It's a green goo on the bottle toss in. Falcon's going to go ahead. Let's see what we got here in Zora's area. Just intentionally goes up on the land so you don't have to worry about any weird knockback or issues. Because you never know what you're going to face in Enemizer. Just a full heart on the ledge. They'll never go back for that. Zora, a bottle. So they have 2 bottles. These runners are good enough that they could have gotten away with 1. So 500 is, yeah, quite the steep price for some glassware there, but that's all right. They'll be fine. But the glove they got is going to allow them to go into the back of escape and get those easy checks right off the bat. Not a troublesome room at all there for Falcon to get through. More money. Half magic is nice. Nice quality of life item there. So with that glove, Falcon says it's time to head over to Eastern. You could, if you're brave, do a dark mountain ascent without the lamp. And that is brave in this mode. Oh, there is a hammer in Bakasaha. That is your Dark World access. So Falcon made the right play. Shadyforce is going to go over here and bonk off some rocks and see what's in that nice little cave. Falcon is an Eastern. Remember, you don't need that bow and arrow. Blue armor, as Shadyforce is going to do the mountain ascent in the dark. Something there was not friendly, and Shadyforce has been met with a death. Falcon's second chest in Eastern. Just a map. Compasses are useful if you find them in the dungeon before the boss, because you can pull them up and you can see what the boss is and know whether or not you can beat it. Does not work in GT, so unfortunately you will find out the GT bosses when you go into the arenas. Shadyforce is going back again. Falcon had gotten a big key in the third chest, which led to big chest mitts. Old man has nothing to speak of for Shadyforce. Falcon is working way to go back to the boss and not check the vanilla big chest. That's one dark room that is being skipped here by Falcon. There definitely is one item left. Falcon's closing in on the boss. Shadyforce is going to pick up a book inside Spec Cave. We have no idea what this boss is in Eastern, by the way. There's a compass and an item that's still outstanding. Shadyforce, because of that hook shot, can now go over to Eastern Death Mountain. Moldorm is the boss in Eastern. This is beatable. Just takes a little bit of time with that hammer, and boom, done. Magic powder, lower paradox, fire rod, and upper paradox. Meanwhile, just to tie up loose ends in Eastern, Falcon only got 10 arrows. We just had some stuff going on the Shady Forces side there, but Falcon turned out, just skipped the compass. Falcon gets a sword off Tight Cave. Looks like Shady Force is going to head over to the eastern area. As we know, this is the call to make. Falcon continuing working west in the Dark World. Got a pendants in Meyer and TR. Shady Force is going to get their hammer. Erna on the dig game. That mid and eastern Falcon's going to be able to go into Village of Outcasts. Just went ahead and picked up the Smith. Nothing so far in Village of Outcasts. Just a 300 on Bumper Ledge. Falcon's going to save and quit and turn in the Smith. Shady Force also decides to make what we know is the correct gamble. And that's to go straight to the back of Eastern and skip the vanilla big key chest. Has a fire rod, which makes things a little bit easier rather than being in the dark. Falcon doing some bulk checks. With the mitt, we'll get the ability to go ahead and pop over to King's Tomb. And there is Tempered. So sword power will not be an issue in this seed. Method of Marital Smiths. Shadyforce gets their crystal from Eastern. So 20 minutes in, they each have their first crystal. The only major difference in the routing so far is Shadyforce decided to climb the mountain out of logic and in the dark. Falcon went straight into the dark world. So now you're going to see Shadyforce likely follow and get all these checks that Falcon already had. For now, Falcon is going to head into Thieves' Town. Technical troubles early for Falcon has eventually led into some health issues here. But got a timely health there. Small piece of heart turned into full. Now, Falcon would have opted to just go straight to the boss right there and check it out and see what's going on. But there are 2 items, if I'm counting correctly, that are left in Thieves' Town. Falcon's just electing to check everything out. No need to bomb the attic. No need to rescue the maiden. Oh, that was a good call by Falcon because there is the flute. Shadyforce is doing hammer pegs here. As I was saying, there's no need to bomb the attic or rescue the maiden in Thieves' Town. The maiden doesn't even exist in Enemizer in Thieves' Town. Ooh, took the death on the fire bar. Going into the basement. There's still an item left, which could be on the boss for all we know at this point. I would check the boss, because if your final item is on the boss, that's good to go. Looks like we got some land mows here. Takes a moment or two here with the sword spins and slashes, but not too much problem. Compass, which would have told us it was Landmo there, but that does leave an item in the basement. Now, we don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. There's just one of those. You just file away under your hat and you remember Falcon died on the way to it. We'll see what Shadyforce decides to do. Because there are 2 items in the front, so there's 2 items in the back. We know, obviously, you need to get to the attic and get the flute. Of course, Mire's a pendant, so it's not like flute is needed to get into Mire, but it's still a nice thing. Shady just goes straight to the boss, kills the boss. Let's see what Shady does. Shady's done. Shady's going to make some other checks here. Falcon's going to finally go turn in that shovel here. Which is nothing. Falcon's going straight into the Mire area here after a couple of detours. Shadyforce is going in Skull Woods. Did not catch what that medallion was for Mire, which again is a pendant. Nothing in Mire Shed either. Thank you for catching that. Samaria and Skull Woods. So, front of Skull Woods has Samaria. Falcon's on the mountain going and doing a dark old man rescue. Shadyforce leaving the front of Skull Woods. Samaria instantly helpful in doing that switch. Now, because Falcon did the Eastern area and Eastern Palace first, they get to do a lot more on the mountain up here, where Shadyforce was only limited to the light world and could not get to Hera. Viddy. Viddy in the Skull Woods arena. Got the Burna. But that's still going to be a tough ask in this arena. Falcon is moving over to Hera. I'm going to get that big key right away there. Shadyforce is into the hopping eyeball phase of Viddy. And does finish the fight. Good fight for Shady. Gets the big key. Falcon got the compass in Tower of Hera. It's trying to do the Hera pot. Has not checked the boss. Finally gave up on the speed Hera pot and is going for the bomb Hera pot instead. Shadyforce still looking for that second item in Skull Woods. And it's a shield. So for now, Shady has a 3-2 lead in crystals. That may become a tie. Falcon with the bow and arrow and Tower of Hera. Shady's back on the mountain. Hey, it's Viddy again. We may very well see some similar strats. We'll have to see, but that tempered sword makes a world of difference. Not having the Skull Woods arena also makes a world of difference. Tempers a lot of them off, the little eyes, gets the bow and arrow for the rest. And then mows down the big eyeball for a map, item in the basement. Nothing on the ether tablet. Just a piece of heart. And Falcon nopes out to that item. Nobody has told me that, FSNJ, and I honestly have no idea who that is, so... But it's scary to think that I have some sort of twin. Nothing in Spiral Cave. Falcon going to the Dark World. Now, yes, you could have gone to the Dark World by going on top of Turtle Rock. However, they can't open it anyway. No medallions at this point in the game. So, it doesn't really matter where you go into the Dark World. But speaking of medallions, there's a Bombos. Super Bunny. For all we know, could have had the key on the doorstep, as they say. Hey, What was we just saying? Key in the doorstep. Oh, this Lionel is not going to make that fun for Hookshot Cave. Thankfully, the Tempered Sword took care of it. That's still not fun, though. Shady Force goes back up front in crystals, 4-3. Big prize, just a potion in Hookshot Cave. That's the big thing found there. Shady Force is going to go into Tower of Hera basement. Falcon's going to finish up the mountain check. See, there's a book. And pick up that book. Just a full heart in the basement. Fortunately, not anything of merit to speak of. So Falcon's going to head back into the Dark World. Shady's going to see that Bombos is needed for TR. And we'll get that Bombos shortly. Falcon's with the Fire Rod is going to then clean up over in Skull Woods and get all that taken care of and draw even in crystals. Perfect time to say give our runners a follow. They are in a game 3. Winner heads on to Tyler Salt in the round of 32. Please definitely give them a follow. They are putting on what hopefully is going to be a very entertaining race. We're kind of neck and neck here so far. Fishing Boo, great tracker. Please give them a follow and show your love to them. And of course, you can follow myself. I'm already out of the tournament, but I will still be doing a lot of things on stream with Zelda. So randomly, random thought, and Fishing Boo can confirm this for me. We don't need Aga for Dark World access, but did anybody ever actually check to see what was on Lumberjack Ledge? Because I don't recall it, unless I just flat out missed it at the start. Which we did have double divergence. Yeah, that's what I thought, Tharkus. Yeah. Didn't recall that. I thought, well, maybe I might have just missed it. Apparently, I did not. So Shady Force, with that bow and arrow, says, hey, I'm pretty good at dark rooms. No lamp, I can still do pod. And that's where they're going. So this Falcon has the fun viddy. Let's go Woods Arena. So Meyer and TR are pendants. So that can help out here as far as what we need. We don't know if there is a Trinex, so keep in mind that the ice rod is in the Uncle drop-down chest. So, oh, there is the cape in Pod first chest. Logically, you need lamp. You know, that's logically. With swamp and ice being crystals, you do need flippers. It's optional for ice, but you do need that to get in there. And of course, to get in the swamp, you also need a mirror. So basically, if you get flippers and a mirror, you could be putting yourself in the go mode. And there's the lamp in Pod. So it puts that in the full logic, no issues. Falcon gonna pick up their Samaria here. Looks like Falcon might be getting ready to set up a fake flipper here and go nice. Oh, there's a crystal roller in the back of Pod. No, Falcon is instead going into Pod. I thought the Flute 8 was a great call for ice, and of course, you know, you always gotta make the commentator look stupid. Shady gonna go ahead and hammer yump over here. There's the compass. If you'd be so kind, Shady, hit that X button. Let us know what you're gonna face. Just so we know. Don't hold us in suspense. Apparently we're going to be held in suspense as Shadyforce, without a mare, is going to go ahead and just take that quick death warp back to the start. And head on to back to the boss. So we're pretty much even here. Shadyforce technically is leading in this dungeon. The Falcon does have a tempered over a Master Sword advantage, and the Flute will help out with some movement speed. So it's really anyone's game at this point. But the only thing with Thieves Town is there's 2 items sitting there, so you never know when it's going to come calling for Shadyforce, depending on what we end up finding down the road here. But we have no Aga Lumberjack Ledge knowledge, no Ped knowledge. Green Pendant would be a possibility, so if you're bored, chat, and you want to start cooking up your worst case scenarios, what better time than now? Get to it. There is a cold staring pod. They got a bombo, so that's not a big deal. But again, Master Sword makes it a little bit longer of a fight. Now we know that Tempered Sword, as we know it, is sitting there in King's Tomb. There's the flippers. So pod boss flippers. But no mirror, which means you can't get in to Swamp Palace, but logically you can get pointed to ice now. They would have done that without flippers, but again, logically it is telling you ice is possible. Is that where Shady goes? We're dashing right out of the house. We're dashing south towards the Hylia Island. We're gonna probably detour though. Say hello to Mr. Hobo. Full heart. Falcon makes his way to the dark path of the boss route here in Pod. And Shadyforce, after checking Hobo, is now making his way to Ice. Samaria will make for an icebreaker in here. So I'll make traversing a little bit better. This is Chaos Boss Shuffle. So you can see a boss multiple times, so as long as the arena allows for it. Alright, so both runners sitting at 5 crystals. Shadyforce is on the path trying to get to that 6th. Here, nice. Gets a shield. just the need of a mirror to be able to open up the path to the 7th crystal and swamp. There's the ether, which you didn't necessarily want to see because now Pendant Mire is a thing. There's all 3 items in ice. So that's shield, ether, bug net. Ice has nothing more for us other than the boss fight. But again, that ether opened up Mire. So the mirror games begin afoot. Flute was in Thieves Town Attic. There is still an item left in Thieves Town. Unfortunately, Falcon died going to the basement. Oh, hello, Wallmaster. So, we do not know if that'll come into play. Statistically, you would think not. But you never know with this. And there's the Trinex. Now, Falcon is going to go through this. Guess what? Didn't do Uncle earlier. If you do the Uncle earlier, you get the ice rod and that chest. So this is a double dip for Falcon. Yeah, Shady can't go to Mire. That's right, because there's no flute. So we got... The Shady can beat this boss. So the Trinex showed its ugly heads. Now, speaking of Uncle, Front of Escape is sitting there. Shady pretty much checked it and then, no real weapon, just went ahead and save quit, went to Sank. So there's still plenty of checks to go where Mire may not be the answer, which would force Shadyforce to have to go get the flute in Thieves Town. Shady is going to make a good move here to pick up Tempered. Falcon is closing in on the bad news. Falcon's just going to wait, let that Wallmaster spawn. Going to drop down and get the bad news in 3, 2, 1. Save and quit. Okay, so as expected here, Shadyforce is going up to Hyrule Castle. Looks like Falcon's going to follow, and Falcon's going to see this and be like, if I'd have just checked this first, I would have cleared ice.